3 little words: decide, commit, resolve. Game changer. Now, I came across this 3 words about 3 months ago when I was listening to a podcast and he was speaking about people who are successful in terms of it's a measurable success. They think differently than the average person. They decide to do something, they commit to it, and then they resolve, then they work it out. And he told a story of a really amazing book. If you haven't read it, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And it was of some soldiers who wanted to take a deserted island. So they rowed their boat to the island and then they set the boat alight. Why? Because there was no way back. They had to just go forward. And that's what decide, commit, resolve is. There's people who decide to do something, they'll commit to it verbally as well, maybe written, maybe financial, and then they know they'll work it out. And they usually do. And you want to think in your life, you've done that already. Whether consciously or consciously, you've jumped into something and you've made it work and you've measurably stretched yourself. You've come outside your comfort zone and you've got some great results. Because trust me, the only way we grow is in the stretch, is when things are uncomfortable. That's where you're going to get the results. Now, the majority of people a lot of times do it the other way around. They'll resolve, i.e. they'll try and work it out in their head. Is this possible? Can I do it? How am I going to do it? How am I going to find the money? What if this? What if that? And the majority of times people just talk themselves out of something. They talk themselves out of an opportunity that has come for them to look at. I think for me, life loves me. So if an opportunity comes along, it really is for me to look at and assess that, okay, is this something in my body? Is this not just a head decision? Does this feel right for me? And if it does, then I'll just go for it. But a lot of people do the resolve and they'll talk themselves out of amazing growth, amazing opportunities. But then obviously at times they will decide to do it and then they'll commit. The only thing about resolve, decide, commit, it can just take a long time before you actually get the results because you're too much inside your head. The only way you're ever going to get results is by the doing. It's the same with presenting. The only way you're going to actually get results and see what works, what doesn't work is by the doing. It's like playing tennis. You can think about tennis all the time. You don't know how to play it unless you actually start doing it. Now, I try and bring sort of real life things that happen in my life into my videos. And right now I'm launching my program on the 23rd of June, which is around speaking, amplifying your voice, your message and your impact. And we're training how to do it online as well and how to increase sales in people's businesses and raise their visibility. Now, it's so funny because the people that I've had the phone call with who've joined the program, they were definitely in the decide, commit because it felt right. And then they just knew that they'd resolve and they'd work it out because that's who they are. And all of you are like that as well. All of us are like that if we really put our mind to something, we can make it work. Yeah, we're going to have ups and downs and things aren't going to go right, but that's how we grow. It's by failing and falling forward and resolving and seeing what's missing that will take your performance up to the next level. And it's really funny because all the other people who, and I'd say the majority of people loved the program, wanted to be on it, but wanted to go away and think about it. And so they did the resolve. They try and worked it out. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And especially around money as well. It's a big thing that comes up for people. Money and time, and can I do it? And is it worth it? And inside that conversation, most of them came back on the call and said, I don't feel I can because of this and that. And then they just didn't join the program. Now, I'm not saying that their growth is not going to be great this year, but I am going to encourage everybody I speak to, get support this year. I'm not saying just for my program, whatever that might be, get yourself a coach, go into a mastermind group. Because this year, it's going to be challenging for many people because lots of business has ceased for business owners and entrepreneurs. And so you want to be inside a group the thinking is bigger than your thinking. Have a one-to-one coach, because the thinking is going to have you think outside your thinking, and that's going to give you elevation, and that's going to give you a bigger support, and you'll get better results. So as I finish, what are those 3 words? Decide, commit, and trust me, you will work it out. I've already started to coach people on my program. All right, okay, so if money is partly an issue for you, let's create a game. How are you going to create some money in the next 2 months? And so we're working on that, and now they're seeing results just because they're now in the action. They're in the resolve because now they've committed to something. So I want you to do that for yourself, whatever that looks like for you. Put that on your mantle this week. Decide, commit, and resolve. And trust me, you will work it out. As always, put comments below. I really like the video. I really want to hear, what are you hearing for yourself? And most importantly, what actions are you going to take? Decide, commit, resolve. Take care. Bye-bye.